Good morning, welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. Today we are diving back into some of the old legacy heroes for their hero spotlights. We are taking a look at what many consider to be the strongest hero in the game, Doctor Strange, today. So Doctor Strange is the hero on the pedestal today. We are going to be going through a couple of games with him. The goal will be 4 games with him, 1 in each of the aspects. However, I have kind of made the decision that we're gonna switch these up to start playing expert. I think with the expanding card pool, with a lot of the heroes that we have, standard is a good deck to test against. But I think if we're really trying to push these heroes to the limits and get to see exactly what they can do, we're going to switch up to expert going forward. So we're going to be going expert, which probably means that the games will be taking a little bit longer, which is why I cannot guarantee 4 games in one session. But with that being said, we're going to push through and see how many we can get. Hey Josh, Stephen Strange smashed silly super villains. You just put that in there just so I'd have to read it. That's rude. That's amazing though. Stephen Strange smash silly super villains. That is so very true. He is incredibly powerful. He has, there it is. I was like, where did I put his invocation deck? 8-hour stream, 8-hour stream. Let's go. All right, Doctor Strange, both one of your favorite and least played heroes. Why least played? I'm curious. Josh, I like the move to expert. Okay, thank you. I was setting it up and I'm like, especially with Strange, like I feel like I need to like standard the games. I'm gonna play 4 games of 40 minutes, and that's just gonna be what it is. But I have been trying to think about this move for a while now, just because I just want to. What I found myself doing is I was playing through 4 games on standard, and then with a lot of the new heroes, then going back playing off stream expert, just to kind of get a feel for them and make sure that I was ranking them correctly, because after all of this I do a review and power ranking of the heroes. So I was like, you know what, if I'm playing these off stream, might as well just go ahead and play them on stream. So yeah, wow, the OG gang all here. Yeah, Josh, D20, Karokai, everyone's here. This is super exciting. Welcome. Least plays because he just beats through it. He really does. He really does. Hey, Karokai. And the reason that he does, and actually I think this was one of my favorite. I'm an OG now. Yes. I think one of the reasons that, the reason that he's so strong is this invocation deck. So he sits here with this additional deck of cards. You play with the top card face up, and they're just all incredibly powerful. You can play them as if they were in your hand. I guess I never realized this until now. None of these have printed resource icons. They never should, but so many of the cards that should not need resource icons usually have them printed on there just for future proofing, but I guess I just never noticed that these don't have any. I think it was Steve from Play the Game I think it was him on Facebook, was saying that if you remove this deck from the game, he would be on par with a lot of the other heroes. That's how strong Stephen Strange can be. It's crazy. Josh, let's party like it's early 2022. Yes, Maddie, I had a table mate who played Strange yesterday. What a surprise. He totally carried us against Zola. Let's go. Hype. And the reason that he's so good is the flexibility that he can provide. So Winds of Watum, draw 3 cards, place this card in the invocation deck discard pile. So, and then when you deck out, you start over, right? 7 runes of Ragador. So give up to 3 characters a tough status card. You have Vapors, and like, okay, so think about this. Like this card, which you see significantly more frequently, is a 1 cost We Are Groot, which Jason, you're the We Are Groot, or you're the Groot player. We Are Groot, is that how much does that cost to give 3 characters tough status cards. But it's I don't think it's 1. I think it's 2. And so there's Vapors of Valtor. Choose a status card and play. Replace that status card with a different status card. So this is really excellent to either switch a stun out for like a tough, or you can switch a tough on the villain out for like a confuse or something. It's 1. Okay, fine. Okay. Well, that kind of kills my point. But anyways, but you have to remove growth count. See, there you go. Maddie, part of me wonders if Strange can be more balanced. Does he have to draw 1 more encounter card if his invocation deck runs out? That would be interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, there is no detriment to going through this deck. You could just cycle it until your heart is content and you find Winds of Watum and you go face with the villain. You got Crimson Bands of Sidorak. It's stun an enemy, deal 7 damage to it, and then Images of Icon, confuse the villain, removes 4 threat from his scheme. So much flexibility in these 5 cards, and it's fairly easy to get to the card that you need, because Stephen Strange's ability on his alter ego side says that you can discard the top card of the invocation deck, which allows you to see the next card. Then on the way that you play these is you exhaust Doctor Strange, pay the printed cost, and you can play it, and then you'll discard and play the next one. Or there are cards in here, I don't even remember what it's called. Master of the Mystic Arts, pay the printed cost of the invocation deck, resolve its special ability, and keep it there. So there are a lot of ways to do it. And then Wong can cycle Torsik. Okay, Sit or Ak. Cytorak. We'll just not pronounce it from now on. How about that? And then the other OP card that we're going to be running in every single one of our decks. Let's see if we can find him. You know him as the goodest of boys, Cosmo. So Cosmo, whenever he attacks or thwarts, name a card type, discard the top card of the deck. If it's of the name card type, Cosmo does not take consequential damage for this use. So you can name a card type. So we can say like event, and all of these are events. And so not only does that prevent Cosmo from taking consequentials, that allows you to cycle this deck even more. So you have both Wong and Cosmo out here able to cycle the deck, which can just get very, very good to get to the exact card that you need. Bands of Steve. I like it. Bands of Steve. We're going to go with Bands of Steve. If that was not enough. If that was not enough, just like we saw with the psionic characters with Phoenix, we have mystic cards, our mystic only cards for the mystics. So let me find one. It is magic attack. So play only if your identity has the mystic trait. Max 1 per deck. Hero action, choose an enemy and discard up to 5 cards from your deck. Deal 1 damage to that enemy for each card discarded this way. So magic attack I don't think is one of the better ones, but it goes to show that there are cards that are fairly high in power that can only be run with mystics, and the best ones of those being Spiritual Meditation and Sorcerer Supreme. So Spiritual Meditation means you're basically playing your deck with 1 less card. Let me see if I can find it. We're just going to pull this out because this is going to be in every one of our decks. So it says draw 2 cards, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. So allowing you to get that flexibility, but also it is just replacing itself. So you're effectively building a 37 card deck, allowing you to hit the cards that you really want to see way more frequently. Altered with Wong, Cloak, and Cosmo, you never need to switch to Alter Ego. This guy's like racing in Tour de France, cycling. I love it. That's awesome. Nice. And he is so good in just all of the aspects. That's what's kind of crazy. I'm going to go with protection first. Magic attack gives Steven much needed minion control. That's a really good point. That is a really good point, because he has minion control, but he just overkills the minions by like 5 or 6 damage each time. But magic attack does give that ability for a little bit of minion control and consistent. So if you have 3 damage, discard 3 cards. If you have 2 damage, discard 2 cards. So that's really nice. What am I looking for? Sorcerer Supreme. I'm not allowed to say Stephen Strange's hero form. This is not a She-Hulk spoiler at all. It's just a funny from She-Hulk. But what he was like, there's a part where there's contention over who is getting to use the name She-Hulk, and she was like, well, did I'm gonna say it now because I have to say it to explain the joke. Did Doctor Strange or did Thor need to like trademark their name? It's like you literally just pick the 2 superheroes that use their name. It's like, oh yeah, fine. But okay, I don't have any beer, which is usually what I do when I miss a word ban, but I am drinking coffee this morning, so that'll do. Okay, so yeah, just incredibly powerful hero. Playing through expert, we're going to be playing against the Brotherhood of the Badoon today. I was kind of looking, this one hasn't been in the rotation for a little while, and so Brotherhood of the Badoon expert, that's going to be our go-to scenario for today. We are going to start out with protection. If someone in the chat can throw me a suggestion for a modular set, we'll go ahead and get that shuffled in as we start to build our deck. Okay, so Doctor Strange and protection, I think, work really, really well together. And not necessarily because of the normal way you would play protection, where you would be wanting to discard all of these cards. You would want to be, or not discarding cards, defending, using energy, future past. Gross. No, that's horrendous. I'm not doing that. that mod set is, I want to go, I want to see someone go against that, because that is horrible. So horrible. Where was I? Yeah, so he's not necessarily going to be defending. He's not necessarily going to be doing all of that, but what protection has started to give us, and a lot of, is readies. And so we do have access to Ariel with his cloak, and so cards like Ever Vigilant, which you need Ariel, allows you to ready. What Doesn't Kill Me allows you to ready, and that allows you to play more cards from your invocation deck. Sentinels. Okay, I'll do Sentinels. Alrighty, so we got all of the Sentinels. Boom, boom. Okay. So, with that, we do want to be ready. We do want to have a couple of allies in here to help with that minion control. Our Mystic card is not horrible. I don't even remember what it's called. Where's our Mystic card? Oh yeah, it's a 0 cost. For some reason I thought it was a 0 cost. Play only if your identity has a Mystic trait. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, discard that many cards from the top of your deck. Prevent all damage from this attack. So that will, we'll go ahead and just throw that in there just so we can at least see what it does. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and look at what our allies, look what kind of allies we want. Drang, when he has a spear, is going to be tough, or I'm sorry, steady. So we do want to get rid of that spear, which is not going to be too hard considering he has a couple of wild resource generators in his kit. The Eye of Agamotto, so that's going to be one. And then we got the ship. So we should be able to get rid of that spear once we get that out. Shield spell. Thank you. So let's go ahead and grab Brother Voodoo. Brother Voodoo allows us to search the top 5 cards of our deck for an event and add it to our hand once we do play it. And that's just going to be very nice. I do want to... Strange has some pretty good economy, especially if you can hit Winds of Watoomb. Yep, Winds of Watoomb. Draw 3 cards, place this in the invocation card discard pile. So this can be incredible, especially if you can pair it with your Master of the Mystic Arts. So if you use Master of the Mystic Arts to pay for Winds of Watoomb, then you use Winds of Watoomb, it's that you're actually drawing effectively like 4 cards rather than 3 cards. And so that can be really, really strong. Your comments don't show up until the feature passed. Nice. So we'll go Brother Voodoo. Let's go ahead and grab Nick. Nick is going to be a solid addition here. Just we want to be drawing into Strange's cards, and so anything that allows us to use or to grab card draw is going to be really nice. In that sense, also Ironheart is going to be really solid here. I also haven't put Ironheart in a deck in a while. I just realized that the other day when I was thinking about it, that Ironheart has not seen the table a lot recently. Boom. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We could run a Quinn carrier. We do have the eye, so we already have a resource, our wild resource generator in there. It will be nice to have another one, especially with how many cards we want to be playing. So let's go ahead and grab Quinn, and we'll look to cut that if we need to. Go our doubles. We're just going to be chaotic and mix the art because that's always very fun. So that puts us at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stacks of 10. There's 3. So now let's look into our protection cards. How's everyone doing on Wednesday? It's hump day. I like hump day. We could go pin down. Pin down could help a lot with some of those nasty minions. And also just get it out of our deck. There in this scenario, there's 1, 2. There are 2 minions where pin down wouldn't completely negate. Oh, Beast No Back to Work, so terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. How did the days off go? How did everything go with playing games and the baby? Also, I just kind of want to use Pin Down. Pin Down is fun. First, let's find all of our readies. So we've got what doesn't kill me. Also at work, on a work call, just ignoring everything. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I've gotten a lot of comments recently on YouTube saying that people watch this during their work day, and that makes me happy. I'm all for watching during work. Make it pass a little bit quicker. We're just gonna grab 3 of these. Oh, that's a red. Again, looking to cut later. Ever Vigilant, we'll grab 3. Are there any cards that I am missing or that I should be looking at for Strange Protection that I'm just completely missing? Because I'm with, I think it was it Altered who was saying it, that it's a least played hero. This is a hero that I do not play a lot. Got to do something during work and not doing actually work. Yeah, exactly. I did somehow beat the Weathered Hills. Nice. So the next man is Dead Man's Pike. Gaming was fun. The baby looks great. He's measuring pretty big. Should be around 2.2 to 2.5 pounds and is about 3.2 instead. Okay. Nice. He's gonna be a big boy or a big boy, big girl. I don't remember if I know or not. Dead Man's Dyke. Oh my gosh, I love Lord of the Rings. It's so good. 2, big boy. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we have 6 cards left to go. What I'm thinking is it could actually be kind of interesting. And this is more... Actually, Powerful Punch is not horrible here. Powerful Punch being the new card that we just saw. It's kind of off screen. But this could help us with some minions. So when a minion or when a enemy initiates an attack, deal 4 damage to that enemy. So that could be an interesting play. The other thing that could be interesting here is like force field generators. Actually, let's find some more allies. I like allies. So we've got, we'll go Victor to help with some of those allies. Where did Victor go? Where's Victor? Is he safe? Is he... Oh, there he is. It's the last one. Is he safe? Is he okay? Powerful Punch is such a gross card. It really is. It really is. So are future hero spotlights played an expert, or is it just Doctor Strange? I'm going to switch to everything being an expert. So just because I want to try and push the heroes a little bit more than... Because some of the standard games, I felt like I was just kind of rolling through them, and they were like 10 minutes. I was like, okay, it's hard to get level set. And then what I was saying earlier is that then I would, especially with a lot of the new heroes, I'd then go by myself off screen and play a lot of expert games just to kind of get... I was like, let's just do this on screen. Strange is one I'll often use. Assess the situation to get to his cards faster. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That sounds fun. When you're running Assess the Situation, do you... We'll throw an Avengers Mansion in there. Do you run 2 or 3 copies of Assess, usually? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13? We also have a Rock Slide. I'm worried that we're starting to get a little expensive here. We'll probably be fine. Yeah, we'll probably be fine. Iron Fist could be interesting. We could just go the cheap ally route with... I always run 3 since it's a card used to shrink the deck. All right, let's try it. I mean, because now we're running Assess the Situations and Spiritual Meditations. We're running a 33 card deck at that point, effectively, right? That goes here. We got one more spot. Let's find an ally that we like. It could actually... I mean, Professor X feels bad not to put in. Just to confuse. I'm going to try and avoid Professor X. Go Mockingbird. Or Iron Fist. Iron Fist could be kind of interesting. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. That does open us up to being in the realm of Power of Protection. Excess is kind of overkill in your opinion. You already have Spiritual Meditation and Winds of Watoomb plus Master of the Mystic Arts. I just want to try and shuffle my deck every single turn. That'd be kind of fun. Also, what I like about Assess the Situation, so you get +1 hand size until the end of the phase, is it can really set you up for some epic turns next time, especially if you know what is coming in the invocation deck. So if you know Crimson Bands is coming up, you need to trigger that, and you can hang on to Master of the Mystic Arts. You can probably trigger Crimson Bands twice, dealing, what is it, 12 at that point? 14. Doctor Strange is dumb. just the math on Doctor Strange just feels like they just like put like they just took all the numbers, multiplied it by like 1.25 and just like shipped it. Let's go grab Power of. And we're gonna cut assess. This time we'll run a game with assess the situation. But let's go Power of here. And then we'll grab Iron Fist. Actually, I don't even know if you need Iron Fist. I guess you can just go Stun Lock with Iron Fist. But do you even need it? I don't even know if you need it because you have Crimson Bands. We'll try it. Why not? And then let's go with another cheaper ally. Let's go with Clea. Just to get some blockers in there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 25. Let's go. So Doctor Strange. This actually may be the... Hey, Magic Mooseman, how you doing? This actually may be the first time that I have seen... Or that I have played Doctor Strange on stream. That may not be true. Jason, we may have done a stream together where we did Doctor Strange and Wanda. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm glad that we both thought about that. Oh yeah, I was able to log in just for like 2 seconds last night. Spoiler alert, no. Magneto, what did you think about Magneto? What were your thoughts on Magneto? And was that the first time you had played him? Love Magneto, hard but fair, exactly what I think as well. I think just nailed it as a capstone villain. I think Magneto also probably works pretty well as like a little bit then that next level of deck testing. So if you run against Drang or Claw or some of these standard people, Crossbones that we see, like the quote standard games, Magneto is probably a good step up. He doesn't change the game too much, but he does throw a lot at you. Yeah, first time. That can be tough. The magnet counters and everything can be really tough. Can precons plebes like me beat Magneto? I think if you have the right precon. I think with the precons that came in Sinister Mode, not Sinister Motives, Mutant Genesis, no. I think that the precons that came out with that wave are not the best precons. So maybe it may be able to be done, but it would be tough. It would be tough. So we start with the Milano in play and the Badoon ship. The Badoon ship says charge up, place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 or more barrage counter, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counters from here. So Drang, whenever he's schemed, dang it, where's my spear? I pulled out the spear because I was like, I need to go find the spear. Of course, it's gonna be in the last pile I look at. Yep, there it is. When revealed, if Drang Spear is in play, give Drang 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, searching counter deck and discard pile for Drang Spear, reveal it, and shuffling counter deck. And then after he schemes, resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability. And then once he goes into stage 3, it's whenever he activates. So that does change kind of significantly in stage 3. Not Colossus, you got to thwart a lot. That, yeah. And Kitty came with protection, or no, Colossus came with what did Kitty come with? Was Kitty aggression? You have a gut feeling Wolverine may be able to beat him, but we don't fully know his precon yet. But he could come close. That's true. Kitty was aggro. Cool. Yeah, that not throwing Justice into that deck is brutal. We're gonna go right here for our invocation deck. Shuffle that all up. Top card is 7 Rings of Raggador. Start with 6 cards. Let's see. We got Astral Projection. Choose a scheme. Oh wait, hold on. We have to do this. Force response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Resolve charge up. This starts with 2. Threats out at 8. And as a first player action, we can exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from this scheme, or we can use the Milano for a wild resource. The Astral Projection, remove 3 threat from the scheme, look at the top card of the encounter deck, remove 1 for each. That's probably going to go away. Mystical Studies, search your deck and discard pile for a Doctor Strange card and add it to your hand. We got a Spiritual Meditation. Got a Genius. Got a Clea and a Cosmo. So Cosmo is definitely coming out. We'll mulligan a Astral Projection and a Clea into a Quinn Carrier and a Brother Voodoo. Okay. Guess I should learn to deck build. Also, Magic Moose Moo, if yep, good call, is Marvel CDB. If you go to Marvel CDB, you can put in what packs you have and what you can search by what hero you want, and they have like a ranking system so people can like and upvote, and you can find a deck that works and with the cards that you have and with the hero that you want. So Marvel CDB is a really good resource and that's what I used to learn to deck build. So yes, there is a way to filter CDB to only include decks you own. It's when you go into search, I think it's on the right. That's at least where it is in Rings DB. I believe that they're kind of set up the same, but maybe someone else a little bit more knowledge can help me out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and use Strange's ability. We're going to discard and reveal Vapors of Valtor. Okay, let's go ahead and use Spiritual Meditation to draw 2 cards. Ever Vigilant and What Doesn't Kill Me. We'll discard a What Doesn't Kill Me because we don't need that. Let's go ahead and play a Genius to play Cosmo. I also need to figure out, I want to get rid of this Drang Spear. That may be future Nelson's problem. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack. We're gonna name event. No, we're gonna thwart. We'll name event. Hey, we got it right. No consequentials. Coming into Crimson Bands. Okay, so Crimson Bands we can stun. So that's not horrible. Yeah, Marvel CDB is great. All of the deck building websites are just awesome. So let's go ahead and flip up to Doctor Strange, the Avenger Mystic. Let's toss a Ever Vigilant, a Mystic Study, and a Milano to go ahead and toss this spear. And then we're gonna exhaust, toss a Quinn Carrier and a Brother Voodoo to deal 7 damage to Drang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and stun him. And this goes in the discard pile. Winds was at the very bottom of the deck. Okay, so we will stand up, draw our 5 cards. What Doesn't Kill Me? Master the Mystic Arts. Ooh, that's gonna be really nice. We're gonna have an epic turn. A Power of Protection and Energy, so 2, 4, and Cloak of Levitation. There we go, nice. Okay, starting out, we're going to place 2 threat here on the main. Drang's going to scheme, but he's confused. Our bad card is going to be dun 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 Cannonade. Hinder 3, so 4 threat. First player action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from this scheme. And this has got one of those pesky amplify tokens. Alrighty. So, you know what we do? We're going to go ahead and thwart 1 here. We're going to name event. Oh my goodness, it's Winds of Watoomb. Who could have guessed? We'll spin a What Doesn't Kill Me to play Master of the Mystic Arts to draw 3 cards. So we got Spiritual Meditation, a Magical Enhancements, and an Astral Projection. Then we'll go ahead and use Doctor Strange to draw 3 more cards. And I guess, like, real quick, this does get shuffled in there, right? Play 1, draw 6, balanced. Yeah, right? So sneak peek of video on Saturday. I got to talk with Caleb, the designer of this game, and we talked a little bit about balance, so that was kind of fun. So 3, and now we have all of the cards. We just literally have all the cards. What is this? This is Vapors. Oh my gosh. So many options. Okay, let's go Spiritual Meditation. Draw a Magic Blast and an Ironheart. We'll toss a What Doesn't Kill Me because we cannot play it. Let's use a Strength to play Cloak of Levitation. We'll go ahead and use Milano to just get rid of this Cannonade. Don't need that in our lives. Using Energy to play Ironheart. I also didn't have any green cards. There it is. Ironheart comes into play. We get to draw a card into Victor. We'll use a Power Protection to play Victor. I don't think it shuffles in. When you play it, the deck immediately empties and reshuffles when you finish. At least that's how I do it. Okay, fine. We'll play with balance like that. Strange needs a power boost, if you ask me. We'll use Cloak of Levitation to go ahead and ready up Strange. Let's use Magic Blast to play Protective Ward, and then I guess Astral Projection to play Magical Enhancements. So that gives me a +1 to all of my stats until the end of the round. So with this newfound power, we'll just go ahead and thwart 3 off of here. We use Ironheart to hit Drang for 1. She takes damage. And then Protective Ward is when a Treachery is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel all the effects and discard it. There you go. Perfect. And that'll be that. So we will ready up. Ever Vigilant, Iron Fist, Spiritual Meditation, and a Power Protection. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. 2 on the main. Drang will swing at me for 3. We'll have Ironheart take that. So 3 + 0. Ironheart goes away. Then our bad card is going to be a Treachery under fire. We're going to Protective Ward that so fast. So cancel all of its effects. So not just the Wind Revealed. So it does cancel the Surge. And we are going into our turn feeling good. Let's go ahead and use Cosmo to attack Drang for 1, taking him down to 5. We're going to name Event. 7 rings. Give up to 3 characters a tough status card. Let's go Spiritual Meditation to draw 2. Master of the Mystic Arch and Avengers Mansion. We're going to toss one of these Ever Vigilance. Avengers Mansion almost seems overkill here too. I don't want to Master the Mystic Arts this, honestly. But I may want to Not worth. An invocation card is placed in the invocation discard after it's resolved. But doesn't a deck reshuffle the instant it becomes empty? Yes, but only empty after the card is resolved, so it gets shuffled back in. That's kind of yeah. I guess I like, yeah. Do you like flip resolve and then check, or is it resolve immediately shuffle? I don't know. That's a weird one. I could see both ways. That's the problem. So we don't need Mansion. We don't need Ever Vigilant. We're just gonna power Protection, Avengers Mansion, and Ever Vigilant to get Iron Fist onto the table. He enters with 2 Mystic counters. Whenever he attacks an enemy, remove 1 Mystic counter and stun that enemy and deal 1 damage to it. Let's go ahead and exhaust. Actually, first, let's go ahead and use Iron Fist to attack Drang for 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll use a counter. It's actually 2, but we deal a damage and then stun. So he is down to 2. Now let's go ahead and use Milano to play 7 rings. There's Crimson Bands. So we'll hang on to Master so we can hit Crimson Bands twice next turn. And we give 3 characters a tough status card. So that's going to be Strange. That's going to be Victor and Iron Fist. I guess we will thwart 2 here. Oh, I needed to exhaust to play that. So I exhausted Ready with Cloak, then thwarted 2. We're going to hang on to Master of the Mystic Arts so that we can use Crimson Bands twice next turn after we push. Okay. But it only empties after the card's resolved, so it gets shuffled back in. It says so in the... Okay, cool. Okay, well that... I take it back. Doctor Strange is fairly balanced at this point. You resolve the card and add it to the discard. Is the invocation deck is empty after that, reshuffle the invocation deck. Sweet. Okay, so we'll do that going forward. I don't want to retcon that right now, but thank you very much for helping with the rules. Okay, so we're ready. Boom, 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 boom. Draw up to 5. Shield spell. Don't need it. Magical enhancements. Magic blast. Ooh, 2, 4, 5. Sanctum Sanctorum. Also, we haven't seen Sorcerer Supreme yet. Yeah, I thought it was play as if it was in your hand, but it says resolve from the top of the deck, so that makes sense. Interesting. Nice. Nice. Villain phase 2 here. Drang is stunned. This card comes in. Blockade. So we cannot remove threat from the main scheme, and it comes in with 4. Boom. Trying to figure out how to do 2 damage effectively. Iron Fist, we lose a damage, which isn't the end of the world. Iron Fist should be ready. Let's go ahead and use Iron Fist. Knock the tough off. We'll use this. We don't get the additional damage because it is when he attacks, but we do get to stun Drang. So this is going to be kill. Discard the top 4 cards of the encounter deck. Each time a minion is discarded, give it to a player. Hey, there's a Sentinel. And another Sentinel. So when revealed, if targeted... Nope, put it into play. So we do not resolve when revealed effects. So that's nice. Drang is stunned, and he comes in with 18 hit points. And now it's after any time he activates. Okay, so 18 right there. Hmm. I think we can tank these hits because we have a lot of toughs. So we're probably fine there. So let's go ahead and spend a shield spell to play Master of the Mystic Arts. So we're gonna stun an enemy. Actually, hold on, sorry. So exhaust Doctor Strange and pay the printed cost. We're gonna be one short. We're gonna be one money short, unfortunately, of being able to do that twice. So actually, instead, let's go ahead and not do that. Let's just go ahead and exhaust and pay the printed cost. We're going to pay it with a shield spell and a magical enhancement. So deal 7 damage to an enemy. Place this card in the discard pile. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So down to 11, he is stunned again. This gives us images. Confuse the villain, remove 4 threat from a scheme. It's actually not horrendous. I don't really need to remove the threat though. That's the thing. Let's go ahead and use a Milano and Master of the Mystic Arts and Sanctum Sanctorum to play a Magic Blast. So deal 5 damage to an enemy, discard the top card of your deck. It is a wild, so we do all of the above. So we're gonna do stun, deal 2 damage, and confuse that enemy. Dangerous. So that's crazy. So he's already stunned, so confused, and a total of 7 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down to 4. We're gonna Cosmo. We'll discard this. We're Cosmoing Drang for 1. This should be gone. So down to 3. We'll stand Strange up and we'll hit Drang for 1 more. So down to 2. What do we got? Vapors of Valtor. So we're ready? Uh-oh, we're gonna deck out. Hey, there's Sorcerer Supreme and Nick and the Eye. All of our stuff that we needed. Also, Protective Ward is an event, not an upgrade. I got that messed up last time. That probably would have changed some stuff, but I don't know if I care enough to go back and fix it. I definitely don't care enough to go back and fix it. But what was I thinking? I was thinking, it's Adam Warlock's is the upgrade. Protective Ward is an event, so be thinking about that, Nelson. Oh well. So we're gonna throw 2 here. We also haven't been doing Badoon Ship. This is turn 3. Because he was stunned, killed, stunned. So this is actually turn 4. So we'll go 1/1. Hit Cosmo. So Drang's going to attack, but he is stunned. We got attacks here. So we will have Victor defend 1 of these attacks. And we'll have the other one just go through, which will knock the tough off. Not the dog. No, the dog is fine. Don't worry. The dog is absolutely fine. The goodest of boys is going to remain the goodest of boys. We got 2 cards. Attach your identity if a copy of targeted for elimination is not attached to you. Otherwise, this card gains surge. When you're engaged with a sentinel minion, you cannot change from hero to alter ego form. So we will go ahead and throw that out there. Then Hull Breach. We can exhaust Milano, deal 3 damage to the first player, or spend 2 mental resources. We'll go ahead and take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, we will kill. So there you go. There's Doctor Strange with protection against Expert Drang. When we didn't even have Sorcerer's Supreme or the Eye on the table. So the only resource generator was the Milano here. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Oof. This stream is no stranger to the unfortunate dog endings. Why you gotta bring that up? Why you gotta bring that up? That's so mean. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Cosmo. I'm still not over that. We had so many times where Cosmo was taken from us way too soon, which one could argue that anytime Cosmo is taken from you, it's way too soon. But when we were playing, what was it? Thanos or Loki? I think it was Loki, right? Oh my gosh. He just kept getting enchanted or killed. Because we were doing a Voltron Cosmo, and it was just like we got Cosmo up to dealing like 7 damage per swing. It was a ton of fun. I'm not gonna lie, but then he just kept getting taken from us. It was so sad. Okay, so we got another aspect coming up. Duke. Yes, that's true too. We lost Duke so many times. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I think so when I was doing my Arkham campaign, my first one that I did on stream outside of the core set, I ran Ashcan Pete, who has his loyal companion Duke, and Duke, we had a Duke counter of how many times Duke died throughout the campaign. It was not an insignificant number. that was a crazy campaign. Alrighty, what aspect do we want to see next? I'm gonna go to my be right back screen. If you have a preference, throw it up into the chat. I'll do whatever comes first, or if not, I will pick one randomly. See you soon.